Alright, Shalawam Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalawam to Lek out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Right, and I want to get into a brief topic, while on the road. And I was watching something. I can't even remember exactly where I got the quote from at the moment, but someone said, and I got to paraphrase what they said because I don't remember it. I didn't remember it word for word, but they said either it was you truly begin to die when you stop growing, or you begin to die when you stop growing. Something to that effect, And I was just thinking about, like, damn, like that's a heavy quote. You begin to die when you stop growing. And when we know that this thing is all about, growth, taking our time, eating the whole roll, but doing it in a orderly fashion, a timely fashion, not just being lazy with things. And and there's different avenues in which we can grow in constantly within this truth, so that we don't stay stagnant. At some points, especially mainly coming in, you're going to be building up knowledge. Then it comes in, the other parts of, your character, how you treat other brothers, how you talk to other brothers, how you behave yourself, how you conduct yourself, and of course, as I always like to get into, and that all goes into examining yourself, whether ye be in the faith and whether you are truly growing as an individual brother, and as a man of YAHAWASHI within this truth, and in the book of Timothy, it talks about study to show thyself approved, workmen not needed to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, the word of the Most High. And study, that's something that we all should do as much as possible, to constantly build up our spirit, and as well as the experiences in which we go through help to build up our spirit, help to mold us into the person that YAHAWASHI wants us to be. And these are all different ways in which we grow on a consistent basis. And you have certain brothers that excel in certain areas, but then at the same time, you're going to be weak in certain areas. And a great thing is that you want to be well-rounded. Of course, you're always going to have that one avenue about yourself that you're going to excel in, but you want to strive to be well-rounded within this truth. You want to be constantly working on your character, working on the person that you are, how you analyze situations, how you go about things, whether it's, debating with, knucklehead niggas that come up against us, or, just random people, dealing with people on the comment boards, or how you reply to certain things, your manner of speech, working on developing better tactics, and skill when speaking to people, and these are different things in that we can pray into YAHAWASHI for, to build us up in those certain avenues. And like history, as the apostles always say, that in order to truly know the scriptures, you have to know history, and that's why it's very important to dive into the secular history, because the scriptures give us the history, but then there's certain points of secular history that we get into, that show forth more validity of the scriptures, even though we don't truly need that to prove anything, because the Bible itself stands alone, but it's great to be knowledgeable about these things when dealing with different people. And then you have avenues, such as the Hebrew. As us being Hebrew Israelites, we should know some form of Hebrew, maybe not the whole language and be able to speak it fluently, but we should still be knowing, certain words, You know, knowing the tribe names, knowing the numbers, knowing how to, you know, conduct basic speech when it comes to the Hebrew. You know, and that's something that I strive for, because, you know, I'm highly interested in it, you know. And, you know, other avenues, you know, mainly like I was saying, you know, dealing with character, because, and that's one thing that's very, very important as we continue to strive to put off that old man and to put off the weak nature. Character is truly everything. You know, because it's always the small things, as they say, that count the most, and the little things that people pay attention to, you know, to determine truly who you are as an individual, and whether, you know, another brother or another person will want to deal with you on certain levels. You know, like for instance, you can tell a man of great faith, you can tell another brother that has weaker faith. You know, so a man of greater faith, he's gonna, you know, by nature, well, he should have better understanding of the scriptures and different things that pertain, you know, unto the knowledge and how to conduct themselves, more than a man with weaker faith. Now, a man with weaker faith, there's certain things that you may, you know, have to kind of shy away from, you know, talking about certain things to him, because, you know, he hasn't built himself up to that point yet where he can truly accept, you know, the meat of the scriptures, or certain things in which we do, or certain things about, you know, your personal life. And it doesn't even have to be nothing heavy, you know, but when you, a lot of times when brothers first come into the truth, and I admit I was the same way, you know, you don't know any better, so it's just like, you know, you truly be over righteous, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody, but, you know, you don't know no better. You know, I can remember, you know, the Sabbath, I thought like if I was just to went outside, like I was going off, you know what I'm saying? That was truly me being over righteous, you know? So with certain things concerning, you know, younger brothers in the faith, and you know, and them growing up, you know, in the spirit, that they may not be able to withstand just yet, you know, and you can typically cause a brother to stumble like that, you know, and those are certain things in which we gotta look out for, man, you know. And you know, the book of Luke, I believe it's 22 and 32, and it says, and when thou art converted, you know, strengthen our brethren. You know, so as we as individuals continue to grow within this truth, you know, it's our job, it's our duty, and out of love for one another, to help build up the next man, whether it's by baby steps or different things like that. We have to be well aware of the men in which we're laboring with, knowing their characters, knowing their flaws, knowing their things that they're weak in, knowing the things that they're strong in. You know, we have to know these different things about one another, because this is still all about growing. Because now when you learning something about another brother, now you start begin to gain more discernment from analyzing his ways and different things in which he does. So in turn, you examining this brother, trying to learn him, understand him, help him grow, but at the same time, you're growing at the same time. You know, and in the book of Sirach, 33 and 17, one of my favorite scriptures, it says, consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all those who seek learning. So this is just an overall well-rounded process in which we all use to grow, man. You know, so even if, you know, typically you may not be growing as much or growing as fast as another brother, don't look at it like that, because, you know, another brother may have a stronger ability to go into the knowledge, go into the history faster or just better than you can, but you follow your own pace in which YAHAWASHI has set for you. And now that area in which this brother's strong in, you weaken, but another area in which you're strong in, he's weakened. So it balances itself out. You know, the Most High deals with balance. Just how you would have a basketball team, you have, you know, your point guard, your power forward, your small forward, your center, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. You have those different positions. They're all built for certain different things. you know. And that's how it is with the different body parts of YAHAWASHI and the different camps. We're all built in certain avenues, in certain ways to come together, you know, to be as strong as we can be in the Lord and to help build one another up, man. You know, so there's so many avenues to grow and to learn, and we just want to make sure that we're always looking at things with a spiritual eye, okay? Always want to make sure, even if you're looking at different things of edification, or you watching a movie that you may think just for entertainment, look at it with a spiritual eye. You laugh, you joke, but still look at it with a spiritual eye. That way you don't miss out on the little nuances that can possibly, something can pertain to your life, pertaining to another brother's life, or pertain to something knowledgeable that you can maybe marinate, get a lesson out of, so on and so forth, man. You know, so that's the one thing we have to strive to continue to grow in these different avenues, man, you know, because as you know, the quote said, you truly begin to die when you stop growing, and we don't want that. We don't want to revert back to the old ways and to the old man in which whom we used to be. We want to continue to strive and to push forward and to grow as best possible, man. You know, this is all important towards our salvation, man, you know. So you know, with that, you know, I just hope this segment was edifying, you know, to brothers out there, all right? And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahawashi, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalawam to the elect out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalawam.